Just give that a moment. So this session is by Zulmie and it's titled Literary Arts and Emotional Wellness. We're very, very excited and happy to have you here with us today. Zulmie, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to you.
Good morning, afternoon, right? I'm not sure. Welcome. This session is emotional wellness and the literary arts. And I am an educator. However, I am presenting from the business hat side of myself, which is Zulmie LLC, in which I do poetry workshops for nonprofits, for profits, corporate churches, and I do motivational speaking. I show up as a poet and I show up as a poet in residence at schools. So I wanted to do this session to walk you through what a typical workshop would look like. Well, one of the workshops that I do. And just wanted you to engage and to let you know whenever you think of poetry, think of Zulmie. I am here to meet your needs. I will show up to a live session if you are live. If you are in on Zoom with your class, I am available. My services are available for you. So with that being said, I am a published author. I recently just published my book 2 years ago, Rotten Soup. And let's dive into this. Whew, so nervous. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, I want to exit off full screen though. Okay, I forgot how to exit out of full screen. Give me just a moment. I want to exit out of this full screen view because I don't like it like this. I forgot how to do that. So let me try it one more time. How do I exit out of the full view so I could get that little view?
If you have, to make the presentation smaller, you scroll down to the bottom left and kind of hover over it. There should be those 3 little dots.
Okay.
And I think it says.
All right, so let's try it again. Share sound. Share. Hover over 3 little dots. There we go.
Bottom left, I think, like bottom left corner.
Okay. Share sound, breakout rooms reaction, disable.
On the is this a PowerPoint?
Yes.
So on the PowerPoint itself, you go down to the bottom left corner, you might see those. Well, at least maybe or maybe try the escape button. That might do it.
Okay. Oh, why is it? Oh, there. Is that it?
Is that what you're looking for? Okay, so go ahead, click present. I think I know what you're trying to do because it can't be very tricky.
Oh, I see. I think, right?
If you put your mouse down the very bottom left corner, like hover over, yeah, there you go. Those 3 little dots.
Mm-hmm.
And then exit full screen.
Okay. Okay, because I still want to see your face. All right.
There we go.
Okay, let me go back to, I'm sharing the wrong one. Sorry. And here I go again. Sorry, everyone. Usually, let's go to slide 1. Okay. Oh. All right. So literary arts, emotional wellness. This is a typical workshop that I would do. I recently just did a 2-day workshop with Upward Bound. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with that program, but I did 2 weeks. I mean, 2 days. And the summer before I did a whole 2 weeks. And this was the package that they asked for the 2 days. We know that we all have been through a challenging year last year, school-wise, right? And so now we embark on this new school year. And I believe that social and emotional health is super important. And I believe that literary arts is a tool that can render mental and emotional wellness. Okay. And some of the research behind just poetry and just therapeutic writing. Poetry falls under that therapeutic writing and wellness. So research have shown some of the benefits to writing is that it helps you go through thoughts and emotions, regulates your feelings, and teaches you how to express what you are going through. And I think that is where many of our children are coming in, and they need a little bit of just feeling comfortable and being able to share who they are, right? You've been locked up in the house for almost 2 years. But there's also some mental and some physical benefits, right? It helps the writer find meaning in their expression, view things from a new perspective, see the silver lining in most stressful or negative experiences. And it leads to important insights about yourself and an environment that may be difficult to determine without focus writing, because academic writing sometimes puts us in a little box and you feel like you can't express yourself. Also, it helps improve with memory, helps you to relax, healing effects. I know, and I'm saying this because I am true to this. Poetry has saved my life, has healed me and helped me through. So I want to be that agent that helps young people catch it before I did in my late age. Improved health, improved immune system. And it helps the writer find meaning in, again, their experiences. All right, so you don't have to be a prolific writer at all, right? You can start from wherever you are, whatever level of writing you are at, and you can still reap the therapeutic benefits of writing. And young people sometimes feel that their writing has to be perfect when they come from academia, right? But this allows them to have free form, free writing. And right here is where I would explain to them how they can start incorporating that into their daily lives, carving out time, whether it's 15 minutes, one day out of the week, okay? Experimenting with their method. What does that look like? Where do you write? Where are you comfortable writing? Is it in your room, right? You could use voice memos. So just helping them navigate through, just starting from somewhere, finding the right place, not editing yourself, right? This is not academia. You do not have to edit yourself. Be yourself and read over it. Don't change anything. Okay. Another way, I think that this is journaling is a great way. We can also incorporate that in the classroom. Journaling, I do that. From the morning questions, the warm-up questions, that's a prompt for them to really engage with what we learned the previous day and to see what they know now and how comfortable they are with the information and without nobody seeing it. So I believe journaling is one way. If they're interested in writing, decorate it, make it personal, make that notebook personal or blog. Set a goal and a time to write. Decide ahead of time where you will write each day and write down what makes you want to write in the first place. This can be all beginning steps of getting them to the place where they're comfortable and free to write. All right, so we're going to analyze. So this is the part where I present some creative writing and allow them to engage with it, and we analyze. So some of it is poetry. Of course, this is a sample of Rotten Soup, my own word. Package perfect. You are the perfect package. Your entire content is perfect. From the outside packaging to the content inside, you are the perfect package. You're outside, you're inside. You are beauty. You are flawless. You are the perfect package. And so right here, after I would read that, we would break down what is the therapeutic message. And I find when I touch on this, that a lot of students have a complex with accepting their perfection. So that tells me there is this confidence issue that I teach middle school, and a lot of programs that I do work with is high school. Many of us struggle with that. We don't see ourselves as perfect. So I use this as a tool to build confidence and also to begin the process of self-love and self-reflection and seeing yourself as perfection. Another poem that I do cover is I use Tupac. I am a fan. Tupac was a poet before he was rapper. And a lot of the students, when I share this, they're able to relate, right? Because they're full of emotions, they cry, they in silence and feel like they're going through this all alone. And I feel by the time we get to the second piece, they're a little bit open to sharing, a little bit open to being emotional and vulnerable. So, which leads me to taking them into a breakout room. And this is what we're going to do with the few that we have here. So what we're going to do is you're going to go into a breakout room. And depending on the amount of people in that room, you will create a poem explaining what makes you cry, what brings tears to your eyes. It doesn't have to be a sob or a weep, you've wept. No, what brings tears to your eyes? Okay. It can be political, it can be social, emotional. What brings tears to your eyes? Even as a teacher, you know those things that brings tears to your eyes. In the classroom, seeing those students that are going through a difficult emotional time at home and you can't save them. So you know those things that bring tears to your eyes. So you're going to go into the breakout room and each person is going to contribute a stanza. Okay, so you're going to create a poem and then just make sure that it just flows together. And then one person will come back. One person can share or the whole group can share. You could share the stanzas that you written, or just again, pick one person that will present for the group. Okay. Breakout rooms. Don't we all love them? I loved them in the Zoom. Kids did it, but I loved it. Okay. And if you need anything, just come back to me. I can send you the slides so you can see again what the assignment, what the group assignment was. Okay. That's one room. And let's do, okay. Breakout rooms are open and I'll be right there to walk you through. I'm still so nervous. I don't know why. You know that, right? I'm fumbling. I got notes here. I'm not going to find my notes. I'm like.
Oh, but you know what? Couldn't tell. Can't tell. So it's all good. It's great.
Okay.
I'm like, I want to do this with my students.
Listen, I'm available. I'm telling people like, I believe in poetry. Poetry saves lives. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, if I can teach these kids early, and everyone's not going to be a poet.
Right.
But not bottling it in
right.
and able
Yes.
to write it, you're like, I didn't know I had this. You know, you take yourself to therapy. Yeah. So I just want to give them, you know, I'm like, yo, please let me say.
It's another tool for them, especially those kids who don't want to talk about their feelings and they got so much going on inside. It's not like you have to, you know, you don't have to lay it out to me if you don't want to, but put it somewhere.
Right. And that's one of my things. When I do tiered assignment, one of my stations is you're going to take the information, make it relatable to your life, put it in a poem, put it in a song, put it in a parody, put it in drama, whatever you decide. And you'll be so surprised what they come up with. I'm like,
yeah, I love it.
So I'm going to go visit the breakout rooms.
All right. I'll be here in case anybody joins or like that.
Okay. And you could just put them in the breakout room if you want. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, okay. Why is that? Let me join. There we go. There we go. back there back. Oh,
Here we go.
okay, we are back. We are back. Listen, I went in the breakout rooms and you all sound amazing. I want to say kudos to you because many of you, all of you, are passionate for your students. You love them as if they're your own. And that is so key to having that connection, to building that rapport and being able to pour into them and really transform their lives. So I did great. So if there is a group that wants to present, you know, we'll take the first 5 minutes and one group will go and then the other group will go. And then we'll continue to navigate through another, through more of this session.
I'll kick us off.
Go
So we didn't get to the poetry part. We were talking about what brings tears to our eyes. I was with Helen and Dave, and so we'll share what we were thinking and the thought process that we're going through to get to the poetry. So for me personally, it's when I can like visibly see and tell that students don't feel like they have a voice or don't belong in the classroom. Like that brings tears to my eyes, because I feel like all students should know that, no, like you belong here. But oftentimes institutions that we're in don't create a space where they do feel that way.
Right.
So that brings tears to my eyes. And then I don't know if Helen and Dave want to share.
Yeah. So for me, I was talked more about like seeing students not have that confidence and like really trying to instill that confidence with them throughout the year. And then finally seeing some type of progress or transformation at the end of the year that brings tears to my eyes. And then I know Dave did pop in for the first couple, and then I don't know what happened, but I don't know if he wanted to say anything about what brought tears to his eyes.
We stole him. That's what happened.
You scared him. You brought tears to his eyes. He had to go get tissue.
I did. I had to go get tissue. I went over to the other side, ladies. I'm so sorry, but I think I expressed the same in both groups. Just the pain of a student not being able to know their purpose, and that they have something special that's inside of them that it's necessary for the world. And being silenced. So I don't want to kind of give too much from my other group. So I'll let the other group go because I kind of gave that to them too.
So we didn't know exactly where to start, but we began talking about the different senses. So seeing, hearing, feeling. We didn't really get to smell and taste, but we talked about, you know, we kind of combined our two things and said, you know, seeing what we would see is like a quiet student who maybe doesn't want to contribute to class. They maybe ball up, they have no eye contact, and sometimes different students might fake it till they make it. And then hearing, we might hear, you know, I don't know, what's the point? This doesn't matter. And then we kind of didn't get too much into feeling, but we kind of said, you know, not feeling confident, they don't feel like they belong, and things like that.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
You had the outline of a poem. It was there. It was there. All right. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Oh, yay. It stayed in that mode. All right, so you all did amazing. This right here actually goes really deep with the students when we do this part of the workshop. You'll be surprised how vulnerable they get when they're around their peers, and some of their peers are sharing that they're going through the same exact thing. All right. So that's a very deep exercise. So another thing I allow them to analyze is music, because a lot of it is poetry, just an awesome beat, awesome, you know, hook, but it's poetry as well. And I, to help build that confidence again, because when I share that package perfect, there's always low self-esteem in their room. There's that little bit of confidence, and so sharing Nas's I can, just really lets them know, listen, you could be anything you want to be. And it gives them just a little bit of confidence. They get a little bit more comfortable where, okay, I can do something. I am somebody, And then I share something that's relatable, that they know. At the time when I did this workshop, Heartbreak Anniversary was a trending sound on TikTok. And, everybody, when the song came on, I played it first. Everybody's doing the whole TikTok. And I'm like, okay, but let's talk about this. And when they went into the breakout room and they're talking about this, they're like, wow, I know what it's like. I may have not been in a relationship, but I know what it's like when I lost a parent. I know what it was like when I lost a loved one, a friendship. I'm not talking to this person anymore, but it hurts when I see them and they're with their new friends. So music was another form of creative writing that I allow them to know that, listen, writing don't just start with poetry and journaling, but listen, listening to the music subconsciously, you're also getting that therapeutic remedy and that benefit as well. So of course, again, we got another group assignment, but I'm going to bring it back to academia for you. Okay, I was going to give you a choice, but since we are, I got you, I'm talking, you're not going to write a song. Okay, I'm going to have you pick the majority content that is represented in your group, right? After you do that, I want you to pick a topic or a lesson that you're covering. And I want you to see how you can create a station, a tiered assignment or group assignment for, utilizing the creative outlet. How would you incorporate that in your lesson? How would you do that? So it can be science, social studies, ELA. And I say challenge yourself, don't do ELA. Because we know ELA, that's the awesome, the best place to be able to use creative writing and therapy. But I want you to challenge yourself, pick science, pick social studies, pick math of all things. I'd be scratching my head. How do I do this with math? I can't do it. I'm not a math person. But I want you to pick a lesson and show me what tiered assignment, what group work would you do to connect that social emotional learning or that creative therapeutic aspect in your lesson. So we're going to go back to our groups. Okay, it looks like we have a chat. Oh,
Yeah, I love that. I love that when it makes it relatable, something relevant, because it gets them excited. I love that idea of connecting to whatever they're seeing on social media. And I was just going to say, I think I'll go ahead and join the rooms too. So maybe
yes,
then I can,
so
y'all
you
get
could
a recording of some of the conversation.
Okay. I had to call you guys back because you know our session is ending, and I'm like, I want to hear some of this stuff before you go. So if you want to go ahead and share real quick, because I don't want to keep you, you know, our session is ending soon. So
Well, I feel like we weren't fully sure of the assignment, but we came up with a really great list of songs that represent what's
Okay.
happening in America today, that represent the
Ooh,
realities of
okay.
the communities that we teach and what they're facing. So we came up with This Is America by Childish Gambino,
Yeah. Yeah.
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On,
What's going on?
Queen by Janelle Monáe, and Joni Mitchell, Big Yellow Taxi.
Oh, okay, Helen, you ain't come to play. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to share those in the chat or something so I can get the list.
Right. Share it.
Okay, coming at you. Oh, never mind.
Oh, that was Ms. Blake. I'm sorry, Helen. I thought
No,
that was
she got it.
It was Sarah, but I was just doing the typing for the group. So I
Okay.
put the list of songs that we have right there. in the
Thank
chat.
you, Sarah.
She's on
so-
top of it.
Awesome. The assignment was just to figure out a way to incorporate that creative writing into a station in a topic that you were teaching. I'm sorry, I got overwhelmed, you know, got excited. I'm sending you back into the group, but let me run through the last bit and I have a survey for you guys. So Simone, if you could give them the survey. And all right, so that was what the exercise was for, just to see how you would incorporate the literary arts, emotional wellness into your classroom. So one of the great things about the district I'm in, with this year, they're very intentional about incorporating SEL into the classroom. And they're very adamant about, hey, incorporate this into what you're doing already. Okay, you're not doing anything special. You're already doing this, but hey, just be more intentional. And I could say for me, you know how the first 3 days is all about policy, procedures, expectations. But what I did was I took the poem, Whose Child Is This? Taped it on every child's desk. We're going to memorize this so you know that I am one of the guardians of your life when you enter my door, to hold you, to, you know, show you love and to teach you as well. So there's little things we can do that we probably don't even think, you know, that would make a difference, but it does. So I already have probably about 5 kids that memorize the poem. So now I got to make sure we do what we have to do next week. So Friday, after we have finished with content, I can open up a platform for you to share the poem with the class. So there are ways. So if you can please complete the survey. I am available. My website, zulmie.com. My email, zulmiethepoet@gmail, and Zulmie the Poet across all social media platforms, from YouTube to TikTok. Everything is the same. That's for the business side, not for the education side. And I want to just leave a few minutes to say thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I am giving you a code in the chat for you to take to get 20% off if you purchase my book. It don't matter when you use it, but thank you for showing up today. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions for me before you go, I'm available.
Thank you so much, Zulmie, for this session. I mean, I have a whole bunch of little things written on my notepad I'll be taking back to my classroom this year.
Yes.
Just the power of the writing connected to, you know, the SEL piece and the academic piece too. Just so many, like Sarah said, so many gems that have been shared. And appreciation to the participants for participating and having conversation. Thank you for coming and being here today.
Thank you.